Hi everyone and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. This is the Great Western Railroad. We're looking at our new yard that was made last episode that is turning marble into bricks, and as you can see it is very successful. This is not going to be what we're going to do today though. We're going to dive into a new industry. We're going to hunt around the map and see if we can find something. This is our passenger train heading off, and then I assume this is going to be a marble train over here. Yeah, there it is. No, this is going to be the mainline train. This is the cargo one. It's thundering in. Let's track that down. So between episodes I increased the number of trains on the cargo line from 2 to 3, just because these bricks are overwhelming the system. And yeah, good to know that we are making money. Let's watch this load up. They're going to go in the end bit. Yeah, up here in the state cars. Cool. Cranes are keeping busy. Right, let's go hunting for a new industry. Yeah, last time we did this marble and came down this way. Let's keep going around the map. So over here, we can turn, what's this, sand or something? Sand and wastewater or slag into bricks. We have enough bricks right now in the world, so we can probably ignore that. Looking at the train line we made 2 episodes ago, which is across here, the main line here. If we look at our lines, you can see that there's the cargo and passenger lines going through there. We did bypass this town, but Tony doesn't want anything. I mean, obviously it would want passengers, but I don't think it's worth investing in that right now. Over here, we do have grapes that could come down to here for champagne. It might be worth us shoving a truck on that and getting maybe just 1 or 2 done. We can do a quick 10-second fix for that. This one's dead easy to do. We'll just use this guy. 30, narrow, low level thing. 1, it's going to be a truck. Country road, which means it's dirt. Tendrils, no fences. It can be gravel, no signs. And voila. I think that looks pretty good there. And it can just drive down the road somehow. And I think, do we have somewhere for it to drop it off? I don't think we do. We may be able to squeeze this into here. So let's go in at 0 degrees. Let's make it a bit shorter. Change it to asphalt. Rotate that round, and then we can squeeze that in there. And yeah, we need to change the entrance to not be dirt. Let's do town vanilla. There we go. Cool. And yeah, new line. It's going to go from up here down to here. And it's going to be called a road cargo in Pickerton. And it's going to be grapes, I guess. And we'll call this a vineyard, I guess. Vineyard, and we'll call this the Pickerton wine. And let's get a better colour. That's a bit egregious. Let's try. We've got reds and we haven't got blues around here. Let's go a purpley colour. There we go. Do we have anywhere for? Yep, we do have somewhere for buying stuff. I assume from a cargo point of view, this is going to be in anything. Grapes. I'm not seeing grapes on that one. I'm not seeing grapes on that one. Yep. And then let's just, I don't know, we'll start with 5. And off they go. And so in theory, what should happen is that should make grapes. There you go. Let's try and make 600. Wow, this is pouring out. Looks like the food icon. And it will come down here. And then the champagne, does it reach the station? It does. It reaches the station. So it should just go up here onto the station. I have no idea whether we have the right carriages on the train to support champagne. I assume we could find out pretty easily. Let's find our yard. Train line. If we try to buy something, cargo, and there's grapes. Okay, champagne. Okay, it's going to be a boxcar thing. kind of obvious. And we have boxcars on our train. Cool. So yeah, that's done that. That's done over there. And we've skipped Tony. We're ignoring that. The grapes are going from, it's fully overloaded. You know what? If it's going to be that overloaded, you can have 10 people. And yeah, that's going to work and go on the train. So that's all that done. There's another vineyard over here, but I think there's plenty happening already from that one. Let's keep on going this way. Fishies. Okay, we have a fish thing here. So who consumes this? The dot and meat processing. Where are you? Oh, okay, just there. Huh. It's as if the map maker made it deliberate that there's a water route. Well, I think that's what we should focus on. That's a pretty simple thing to do. Let's get a boatyard going. I've just got the default things. I've tried playing with the mods for boats. There's just nothing that, I mean, as from a building point of view, there's nothing that grabs me. I don't know why there's not really a mod ecosystem, but it doesn't seem to be. All right, let's dump this down by here. It looks like in this town there's some deliberate water things. Let's put this right. Let's see if we can get it square to this road. I'm going to turn snapping off and do a whole lot of manual rotation and a lot of micro movements. I've got holding down C, holding down Shift, holding down M and N. Lots of keystrokes happening. So let's put that right there. I don't think that's going to be too far out into the water. I mean, it's quite shallow there. So the meat goes over to here, or the fish comes over here for meat. I'm hoping we can go directly into there. There isn't a predefined dock, but maybe we can do some landscaping to do that. Let's just do small. What I might do is I'm going to take that platform off the front and make it. Yeah, I don't think we want to put it out of the water, do we? No, that's or A, it doesn't want to, and B, it doesn't look great. Let's do this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this platform over to the side. So we'll bulldoze that bit. Cargo, it's just a small one, and I'm going to put it over to the side instead. I don't think I can get it any further back, can I? Oh, I can actually. Yeah, let's push it. Yeah, let's push it a little bit back. Because I think this looks a little bit better that way. Okay, it's not deep enough. So let's move it forward one notch. Let's try this one. There we go. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. And then from a cargo point of view, yeah, let's just fill this in behind. We don't want to use the big ones. Let's just fill this in behind. Yeah, that was okay. So from a road point of view, let's make this a little bit more realistic. I think we can just join up onto there. We'll do some flattening, strength, and then let's bulldoze this. And we'll make this a little bit more natural. So we'll go across here. And then we'll come out this way as well. Yeah. We don't necessarily have to actually join up with that road, because that road's a thoroughfare through there. I suppose it is meant to be looping up through there from a highway point of view. I think we can go with a small road. Is this a small road? Where's the point? Okay, there's the point. Is it the small one or the big one? Yeah, it's the big one. Okay. Let's go right there. And then along the front. And then just curl it up, I guess. And then I think from a landscape point of view, we can just smooth it out. There's no reason to have that hill there too much. It's just sloping down to the water. Push it up a little bit there. Nice. I think I'm going to, make that a little bit higher on either side. Cool. So that actually reaches directly, doesn't it? We technically probably should put a cargo point there, but yeah, that's fine. All right, it's going to go down here. Looks like those bridges were tall enough. And see if we can do the same at this end. I think, how far in do we need to be before? Actually, it looks like the turn the rotation off, see, and lots of M&Ns. Can that actually touch? Oh, that's really close. Yeah, okay, we'll just bring that road forward. I think about there. And since it's got dirt roads, we'll do dirt roads. Why do you want to do that? Nope, don't do that. Down you go. Down to the water edge. Actually, what we should do is go along the front and we'll make it nice and flat. And then put a road across the front with tendrils, and then we'll make it all join up nicely. Alright, you can go away. You go there. Lots of tendrils, so I'm trying to make sure it's the same height. And I'm actually deliberately using the square one here. I don't actually want curves to make it all wonky. Actually, I might put this on the front just from a U-turn point of view. Yeah, that looks pretty good. And we'll do some smoothing. Get that out of it. Actually, I want to bring up the water level a bit. Yeah, that's good. And we can get rid of that end bit. Yeah, that's good. So from a texture point of view, let's pull a little bit more of that dirt over here. So dirt. Yeah, and I'll pull. I'm gonna make it all dirty first, and then I'm gonna bring back some of that grass, but as a speckle. And it looks, let's go for the white one. Not the white one, the lighter one. Right, cool. And I think like before, I think I might move that thing to the side. We'll put one behind it, so it's got a bit more depth to it. Put the landing on it. Ah, we're not deep enough. Okay. And we'll get rid of that. I don't think... Actually, I think with this one, we'll just go out the side. We don't need the extra cost of that stuff. Cool. Is it that simple? I think it is. New line from here down to here. Oh, that's a terrible color. Let's go a nice big blue because it's on the water. Yeah, there's a little bit of a wonkiness because of the shoreline, but that's okay, I think. Yeah, it automatically called it something port. So this is going to be, we're going to call it boats or ships. Let's call it boats. Boat, cargo, givel, and it's going to be fish. So let's grab some things. Cargo, we want the small ones. So this one does kind of look cool. I mean, speed does matter though. Let's go this one, and we'll get 3, I guess. Call it a model. I think this is base game. I don't think I've got any mods active right now for boats. I definitely want to do a series which is a little bit more like European, kind of think Alpine, you know, Switzerland, Austria, something where maybe Lake Como, you know, something that's, you know, that lake culture that you get in Southern Europe towards the Mediterranean. And the boat has arrived. There is a huge number of fish on this platform. I assume we're just going to get those pallets put onto the deck. Yep. And off you go. So how many are on there? So 70 at a time, and the platform has 100 and something on it. How much are you trying to ship? 300. So we could just make this go at that rate. 80. You know what? This should make money. Actually, so just because it wants to ship that much, does it mean that this end is capable of processing it? So, yeah, okay, it's 2 to 1, so 150. So, yeah, I'm a little bit... Okay, so what's happening right now, if we look at our lines, there's a wheat farm over here, coming over here, that's turning into livestock, into cows. And then that's coming over here and driving the livestock side of this equation. So I'm wondering who's going to want to eat the meat. So it only goes across to the food processing thing, which is over here. And who wants to do that? So the whole world. So currently we have 3 cities online. And I think they're about 75 each. So there's plenty of capacity in the world for people who want bread. So we could definitely make more bread. And this has capacity to make more. It just needs more raw materials. So as long as we keep up the deliveries from here across to there, we'll be going good. It may be worth shuttling it down here. What we could do is on here, come back and then drop it off. So have the boat come back into here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have the boat drop it into here. That looks very shallow. Is that navigable? It is not. That was a good guess that it's not. So is it because it's shallow or is it because it's thin? Actually, what I might do is get rid of the road. Does that make it navigable? No, we'll have to do some terraforming. So same height. Let's do that. Is that navigable? It is. Good. So yeah, we may need to go a little bit further in, but let's try to get a dock in there. So okay. Right, I might have to destroy all this and then we'll rebuild it, I think. Or just make it a square. Actually, let's pull that land out. Yeah, let's pull that land out. So it makes that a little bit more sensical. Yeah, and then we can just dock it in, I think. So I don't think we're going to be changing this to be a huge one, like a large one. And it's only going to be on the way back, so we only need 1 terminal. So the question is, can we make this not have navigable water? Yeah, look, see that texture there? That's what I'm worried about. It looks a bit shallow. Yeah, maybe if we make it a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to drag some depth there. And we'll make that a little bit deeper. I think if we go up to the road, yeah, it will automatically make a box for us. And that's going to be under the water, so we won't really see it. And then let's just smooth those edges so it's not obvious that we've done that. And hopefully that's going to be a little bit more palatable to the game. Let's get the right thing. The road's here, so we want to kind of get close to that side. Why don't you like it? Collision with what? I mean, what? So would you work over here? Okay, you work out there. I think we need more land. I think that's what the problem is. Let's build this land up. Oops, wrong way. Are you happy with that? Aha, there we go. It just needed more land. Yeah, okay, let's see if we can get way over here. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Actually, it would have been nice to keep that U shape. Let's see if we can get that to work. Can we dock it to the right instead? And stop doing that. I'm trying to force it to rotate. Can we make it dock over here? We just need more land, I think. More land. More land! There we go. And then... he's just trying to be awkward. Oh, that road's not square. Yeah, something like that. And then hold down C, do a whole lot of micro manipulation. And I'm going to pull it out a bit. I think about there. Yeah, let's see if we can get this side thing done again. And kind of letting the map design dictate what I'm doing here, but that was kind of, you know, they've put the effort into the map. I love this map. I think it's one of the best maps I've ever played. It's just an absolute visual joy mixed with being, you know, a little bit tricky in some places. Why are you trying to do that? Come on. What are you colliding with? What are you colliding with? No excuse. Is it the water? I think it must be the water. We need more. We need more land. Yeah, the water's kind of tricky to get right. There we go. Let's go up to there, nice and square. Yeah, actually, I like that height better than this height. See how it's a little bit down there? And so we'll extend this out at 180 degrees, please. There it goes. And then we'll come from here, get the center of the road, get the center of the road. Nope, don't do that. Right, where's my node? Okay, my node tries to be over there. No, don't do that. Stop doing it. Maybe I do it this way. Drop time. Stop trying to help. This. Come on. This is annoying. Maybe it's a matter of making a curve. Maybe that's what I need to do. Come on. Come on, let me do it. Finally. Got it. Alright, let's get this last bit done. Yeah. And so, in theory, I believe... Yeah, I think we can fill that... I was going to say was, I believe that should be ready. But let's pull this up. Yeah, and then we'll just do some quick asphalting. Where's asphalt? Asphalt. Is that asphalt? That's gravel. No, we don't want gravel. We want asphalt. And strength 100%. Oh, this is the cobble one. It's not the one we want. We want... Yeah, we want this one. Nice. And we can do some detailing very quickly just by dumping down. Let's go for 6s all the time. Auto short. Auto 3 high. So make these super close to each other. Yeah, I really wish the fog thing didn't exist. Actually, I don't like that. That's not very good. Let's try that again. And let's go sideways. You know what? Isn't there a scale thing? Yeah, let's go make them a bit bigger. Lots and lots of barrels, and then we'll have a couple hanging around. That'll do. Let's give it a little bit of something that's there. All right, let's change that line. Actually, we'll clean up that edge. So under terrain, let's pull that in. Yeah, because we undercut that, I think, by accident. All right, let's change that line. So that way when they're coming back, they'll have something to do. So after Dotton, please come over to here. And this is going to be Dotton Food Port. And then this is going to be Fountain Fish Port. So now I think we can upgrade that road. When the food is finished, yeah, it will come down here. And where's that meat? Yeah, it's right there. That meat will then get shipped that way, get dropped off over here, and that's into there. So it gives those boats a little bit more of a purpose as they go back and forth. This is the first guy who got some food. So it's taking 3 right now, but it proves that it works. Awesome. Is there anything else on the river that could come this way? Actually, there's another fish over here. That seems to be very suspiciously placed. So yeah, another route down there. That would be a lot of fish. 16, yeah, 600 plus 600. Yeah, it would make 600 meats. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's more than this can consume. Interesting. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why they got 2. It's more of a choice, I think, rather than anything else. I don't know if we want to use this for passengers. I mean, GWR is a town. You know what? Since these are multi-compartment, we could sacrifice one compartment and let some people come through here. Just because that way this guy may actually grow because of passengers. So yeah, let me do that. Let me go around here, I guess. Let's put in some simple things. We'll put one on Main Street and one down by the dock, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's simple as that. New line from the docks into there. Yeah, it wants to stay in town. I was thinking about putting one over here, actually. Let me put one over here. And then that line. Manage the line. We're using green for around town, I believe. After Victoria Road, can you go over here? Cool. And we should be able to drive someone over there. But let's call this the road passenger in GWR. Yeah, and we'll need a place. Is that that's a train depot, Dotton Road, and we'll just grab just one for now. And that will open up another industry. At worst, it helps people get around town. We probably can help the town a little bit by bringing a road through there. Yeah, right there. And let's do a nice little curve here. Yeah, give it a chance to grow. And we can give it a bit of beautification. Yeah, get rid of those dirt roads in town. Yeah, actually, yeah, maybe down here by the water. This can be all nice fancy roads. It's all being invested in. And let's get that tiny little bit there. There we go. Yeah, so that should mean that people can do a little bit of tourism. Just doing it wherever people have houses. We can keep that going. These are the wide ones, 2 wide versus 1 wide. Yeah. Yeah, that works pretty good. We probably could have gone through there, but that's fine. All right, so you go. These were multi-compartments, so they will take a passenger. And then at this end, it's just a catchment thing. So if we put a passenger place down here on the water, I'm trying to think about how we're going to do this. So there is this one. We can go down. Maybe just do a U-turn. come in and come out again. Actually, we could use one of these. Let's do this. Let's use one of these fun things. And you know what? Yeah. No, let's put it out here on the water. And do I get to choose left or right? I do. Let's we'll make it 1850 nice and old, and like that. And then for the line, manage the line. After 4, come down here to the water. And what we do need to do is put a passenger thing on here. That's a mistake. How does that work? So, how do I have to have a passenger building? I don't think that's going to work because we need to have the passenger icon. Even though the thing's able to do it. Yeah, how am I going to do this? Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be possible or not. Yeah, it's probably a waste of time, but yep, it is what it is. Yeah, because I don't think I can modify that too easily. We could put a second port down and then have them transfer between the two, but that's a bit silly. Nah, that will be all for the future, I think. Yeah, not bad progress. I think getting this boat line in was quite a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting that to happen today. Kind of lucky that it reaches without having to do any transport. These guys are definitely dropping off like 70 at a time. And how many are you picking up? It's not any mate. Yeah, so it looks like this transport across here is still taking a lot of the mate this way. Because we've got this route as well. We probably could get rid of that route. Yeah, but what that route's doing is it's actually bringing wheat back. That's then coming across here. So this is actually receiving wheat from other farms. You can see, yeah, it's receiving from other farms. So we need to keep that going. But saying that though, I don't know if the station reaches the port. No, it doesn't. So, yeah. Lots of progress, and we're going to have to definitely beef up our train lines because there is a lot of food hanging around. But that's all going to be next time. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, particularly subscribe, so you can see this Great Western Railway coolness continue. And what is that? What is that? That's an interesting glitch. Let's quickly fix that. There we go. Done. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and we'll find a train to follow to say goodbye with. See you, everybody.